This council meeting is called to order. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated. Next, City Clerk, please call the roll.
Mayor McClellan.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Levine.
Here.
Councilmember Selleckson.
Here.
Councilmember Burns. Councilmember Speech.
Thank you. Next, before approval of the agenda, please add a closed session after the call to council. Motion to approve the agenda as amended.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion approved. Next is the consent agenda. The following routine items are presented for City Council approval without discussion as a single agenda item. Should any council member wish to discuss or disapprove any item, it must be dropped from the blanket motion of approval and considered as a separate item. Item A, special council meeting minutes of May 15th, 2014. B, regular council meeting minutes of May 19th, 2014. C, business licenses, new and renewals as submitted for the meeting of June 2nd, 2014. D, Beautification Advisory Commission meeting minutes of February 18th, 2014 and April 15th, 2014. E, Library Board of Director meeting minutes of April 15th, 2014 and the April 2014 Library Monthly Report. A motion to approve the consent agenda.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. We don't have visiting officials this time. We don't have a special presentation, public hearing, communications, or special licenses. Brings us down to item 11, accounting reports. A motion to approve payment of an invoice as submitted by Seacrest Wardle Lynch, Hampton Truex Morley PC in the amount of $10,808.22 for legal services.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Councilmember Burns.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Levine.
Yes.
Mayor McClellan.
Yes.
Councilmember Selleckson.
Yes.
Motion carried. Item 12, bids. There's a request that the City Council award the bid for the 2014 Sidewalk Replacement Program M589 to Italia Construction Incorporated in the amount of $523,300. A motion to approve awarding the bid.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Is there discussion or questions? Roll call vote, please.
Mayor Pro Tem Levine.
Yes.
Mayor McClellan.
Yes.
Councilmember Selleckson.
Yes.
Councilmember Burns.
Yes.
Motion carried. Item B, bids. Request that the City Council award the bid for the 2010 Water Main Replacement Project, M553, to Macomb Pipeline and Utility Company in the total amount of $309,045. A motion to award the bid.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion, questions?
Yes, I just have one question. On our page here, we only have 2 bids displayed. There were 5 bids that came in, I understand.
City Manager Tungate, would you like to speak to that?
Yes, Madam Mayor, Mayor Pro Tem, I'd like to call the Assistant City Manager up to explain it. So, Kevin, take it away.
Yes, I apologize that that was not shown. Actually, what happened was the project did come in over our estimated amount. So what our engineering technician had done was put in her estimate there for my viewing. Guess I could have left that on there as well, but that would have been the third kind of comparison there. So I did remove that before I put it on the agenda because it just wasn't typical of what we had done. So usually we would put 3 in there, you are right, but we didn't. We did not do that. And I also noticed that the amounts from the other bidders are not on there, and usually they are on the spreadsheet. So I apologize for that. The other three bidders were higher than the two low bidders that are shown in detail.
Was there a significant range in the bids, or were they pretty close?
You know, I honestly do not recall the range of the bids, but the two low bidders are fairly close. And I did speak to some contractors that we know, because both of our sidewalk bid and our water main replacement bid are slightly higher than we had anticipated, and I think that's the signs of the growing economy now. I know the price for materials, the price of concrete alone has gone up over 20% just this year, and pipe has gone up similar amounts. So the combination of materials going up and the amount of work that's gone out now has increased. So the remaining contractors who made it through the recession now are swamped. And some of the bidders that we would have liked to have bid, especially our sidewalk program, just were not capable of doing it, and they had too much work.
Thank you.
Any further questions? Roll call vote, please.
Mayor McClellan.
Yes.
Councilmember Seligson.
Yes.
Councilmember Burns.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Levine.
Yes.
Motion carried. Item C, request that the City Council award the bid for the 2012 Program Year Yard Service Contract M612 to Oakland Livingston Human Service Agency, known as OLSA, in an amount not to exceed $17,000. We'd like to, we've got two people up here. We're delighted to have you. Dave, will you
Sure.
introduce this and introduce our
Yes, well, good evening, Mayor and Council. At the May 19th, 2014 regular meeting of the Oak Park City Council, the request to bid the 2012 Program Year Yard Services Contract M612 was approved. The project was advertised on Tuesday, May 27th, 2014. One bid was received and opened. The only bidder, Oakland Livingston Human Service Agency, submitted a bid to provide the requested services and the administration of the 2012 Program Year Yard Services Contract. With the Oakland Livingston Human Service Agency administering the 2012 Program Year contract, they will be able to offer additional services to our seniors, such as funding for lawn cuts, snow removal, a refrigerator replacement program, and the Great Rake Yard Cleanup Program. It is recommended that City Council award the bid for the 2012 Program Year Yard Services Contract M612 to Oakland Livingston Human Service Agency of Pontiac, Michigan. Funding is available in the CDBG fund for this expenditure. And we also have Marie Verhaven here from the Oakland Livingston Human Service Agency to answer any questions.
please come up and brag up what you're going to do.
Well, good evening, and thank you. We really, at also, we're very excited about this new partnership to work with you and to provide more services to your seniors by subcontracting with us, the clients that we register for the program, they be for your program, and then for our program with our Area Agency on Aging 1B funds, so that they would have the access to have the program supplemented, so that instead of limiting them, like the current program, to like 6 plows or 6 mows, they would have it for the whole season. We'd use some of your money, then we'd use some of the area agency money. And then they'd also, being in our system, would have all special grants and stuff that we get offered to them, like the refrigerator program. Right now, DTE has a partnership with OLSA to replace refrigerators that are over 10 years old. And we get special grants like this all the time. We check our computerized database, and then we contact the people who are eligible for those services.
What's the cost of the refrigerator to the senior?
Nothing. It's
Nothing.
Nothing to the senior has no cost if they qualify.
Is
And
it income-based, is that it?
it's income-based and the age of the refrigerator, and they have to be a DTE customer. So that we have several people in our office that are screening people for that program. And, by signing up, that would be something that would be offered to people as a possibility.
Would Oak Park seniors who qualify for your program, would they automatically become aware of that?
Yes, we're going to bring the application, some of the application information to the sign-up, because Lynn Davis and I have talked about, assuming that you approve this, we will have a sign-up and have the seniors come here, and we'd have that information available to them, so that if they do qualify, they could then, do all of the paperwork for that and get a free refrigerator delivered to them.
So for our 17,000 that we would normally be using for seniors, we are going to get an extra $50,000 in extra services for our Oak Park seniors. Additional lawn cuts and snow removal. If they qualify for the home injury control program, they will get bathroom safety devices installed. If they qualify for the refrigerator replacement program, they will get a new refrigerator for nothing. And what is the Great Rake Yard Cleanup?
That was a partnership with Faith in Action that was on May 17th. And we had a list of, it was a brand-new partnership, and they said they would do yard cleanup for us in certain communities. Oak Park was one, Ferndale was they got a lot of volunteers, and we basically put people in the program, had the volunteers go out and clean up the yard. Since our area agency on aging funding doesn't allow us to do yard cleanup, we use volunteers. Now, the Oak Park funding, and we also have CDBG funding from City of Ferndale, that is part of their CDBG programs to offer yard cleanup if needed. So we try to balance things as much as.
Coming up next May, is that right?
Well, this was this past May that they had it. They're still seeing how well it went, and then they'll let us know if they're going to offer it again maybe in the fall or next spring. We just have to, we have to see how it went and how they did with the volunteers. They're still analyzing all of their data.
We are very happy to see you here today and very delighted with this partnership. This is a blessing to seniors in Oak Park. We have tried to get help for seniors, but kids aren't insured. The school can't be in charge of the insurance, and the same with the city. Insurance problems got in the way. So this is you just walked in with exactly what we wanted. And just to let you know, the city council and city manager chipped in a little bit, and we have a check for you. I understand that you are totally dependent on donations, and in appreciation for what you're bringing to the city, we have a donation for your organization.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
You're so welcome. So
Thank you so very much, and this will really help stretch our dollars, because.
I'm so glad. Do we have a motion?
We do not.
Okay, we need a motion to award the bid to OLSA for 2012 yard services.
So moved. Second.
Thank you. Any discussion or questions? We're thrilled. Roll call vote, please.
Councilmember Seligson.
Yes.
Councilmember Burns.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Levine.
Yes.
Mayor McClellan.
Absolutely, yes. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Welcome to Oak Park. We couldn't be more delighted.
Thank you. We're very pleased too.
Thank you. Thanks for coming.
You're welcome, and have a great night, and I look forward to this as the beginning of a very long friendship and partnership.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's good. Before we get to item 13, I noticed that we have a visiting elected official, Oakland County Commissioner Helene Zach. Would you come up and update us on what's happening in the county?
Thank you for the opportunity. Good evening, everybody. So I'm your County Commissioner, Helene Zach, for the east part of Oak Park. I want to tell you, I've talked about, we did a study on gun violence in Oakland County last year in 2013, and we've been implementing recommendations from this report. And tomorrow we are going to have a press conference following the Public Services Committee to talk about gun safety laws. And our public safety director is participating. We have 30 different public safety departments coming in to talk about using gun locks. We studied lots of different issues, schools, mental health, and what we found is if people are purchasing new guns, they are getting gun safety locks. And many times people are not necessarily purchasing new guns, And so they don't have them, and there is an initiative to hand out free gun safety locks. We also want to remind people to use them, the best practice. Just like we have seat belts in our cars, we know that they protect us. Not everybody chooses to use them. So again, we're trying to promote this gun safety initiative. At the same time, another piece of this gun safety initiative, Preventing Violence in Oakland County, we've done 3 public service announcements, and they have been playing on the cable station in Oak Park. Diana Lewis, formerly anchor at Channel 7, has been the lead speaker on the public service announcements. We did do one on the gun safety locks. We did do one on when you choose to buy video games for your children, there is a rating scale just like movies, and we hope that you will be looking at those scales. And then the third one we did was on mental health. And there's it's a perceived correlation between mental health treatment and gun safety, violent crimes. So we did do a PSA. We have been encouraging people to take the training, mental health first aid. I've been trying to get one of those training sessions in my district. I haven't succeeded yet, but I can say that there's free grant funding. 125 groups have been trained in Oakland County on the mental health first aid training. And each group has had 20 to 25 people participate. So we are training people about signs and symptoms of mental health and what to do about it. So this is all part of this gun safety initiative, or how do we make Oakland County a safer community to live in. So that's been a lot of, initiatives. Still working on a lot of animal care issues. There's a very vocal group out there. We do have this wonderful adoption initiative that we are vying for the Rachel Ray ASPCA Challenge Grant. We are one of 50 organizations in the country. The Animal Care Center of Oakland County is vying for a $100,000 prize. And what we need to do is to double our animal adoptions. We're trying to adopt out 2,014 animals in 2014. And if you are interested, you can find Oakland County Animal Care under the Oakland County website, www.oakgov.com. There's a lot of different adoption events, and so I hope that people will join into that. Any questions for me other than that? Oh, water, my favorite, my least favorite topic. If you read the media, obviously Brooks Patterson, our county exec, our water commissioner, Jim Nash, are trying to speak out on behalf of all of the ratepayers. Oakland County has been ordered into mediation as part of the bankruptcy court, and that's where we stand. They're meeting. I have nothing to report. The one thing that I can say is that if there is a deal for a water authority, I will be one of the people voting on it as the legislative branch for Oakland County. So we are watching this closely. I actually hope, the talk in the last couple days is that the water authority gets pulled out of the whole bankruptcy proceeding. One of our objections is that Orr said, take this deal or leave it. And the deal that was presented to Oakland County and Macomb County was not a deal that I would vote for. So we hope that it will be separated and that we can look at it and negotiate something that makes sense for all of us. Do you concur? So, any questions?
Yes, Councilmember Seligson.
Anything Brooks does to stand up, that making sure we don't have to pay for Wayne County corruption, and particularly City of Detroit corruption, is something that I am strongly behind.
And I am standing behind, we had some amendments we were trying to put on the bills to to protect, and they're not going forward. But again, we want to have a fair deal going on for all of us.
Thank you very much.
There was a question. Is
Question.
that okay?
Question about the animals.
Sure.
I know that the Humane Society in Rochester, I know Royal Oak's got a pound, a few other little ones, but you mentioned in Oakland County,
We have an
over 2,000, that's a huge place.
So we have to explain, Oakland County does have an animal care center that we all as taxpayers contribute to. There is a dog law of 1919 where we have a government mandate of public safety, really, to protect people from stray, dangerous animals. And the law started so that dogs were not going after people's sheep, cows, whatever, and killing them, and that's why it started. But since that point, again, it's a public safety, so we have animal control officers, and some communities contract directly with Oakland County for that public safety animal care control. Now, we have a center because if you are picking up animals, what do you do with them? And that's part of why Oakland County has this animal care center. And unlike some of the other places, our policy is open admission, where, Michigan Humane Society or other places can say, oh, sorry, we don't want your dog today. As a service to taxpayers, we have open admission.
I have 2,000 dogs and cats.
There's a lot of animals that come through the system. I can't speak, the goal is not, to get them out, so particularly cats.
Where's that located?
It's located on, I believe, Brown Road in Oakland County, in Lake Orion it's not too far from the county complex.
If you send us some information on it, where it's located, we'll get it out to the public.
Okay, I have
Thank
some
you. As
flyers and I
always,
will do
you
that.
are very informative. I appreciate you coming by and
Thank you.
keeping us abreast of what's going on.
Thank you.
Item 13. We need a motion for second reading and adoption of a proposed text amendment to the City of Oak Park zoning ordinance, Article 2, definitions, Article 7B1, neighborhood business district, Article 8B2, general business district, Article 12, PCD, planned corridor development district, Article 14, PUD, planned unit development district, Article 19, special land uses, office districts, and Article 17, general provisions to permit outdoor dining as recommended by the Planning Commission. A motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call vote, please.
Councilmember Burns.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Levine.
Yes.
Mayor McClellan.
Yes,
Councilmember Seligson.
Yes.
motion carried. We have outdoor dining in the City of Oak Park, now to make it more fun. And we're delighted and thrilled. This is a move forward that will make it more enjoyable to come to the city, dine in the summer, and have a bite outside at a table. Item 14, City Attorney. I will turn this over to our City Attorney, Ebony Duff.
Good evening, Madam Mayor. First, I would just like to advise our mayor and council that we did file all briefs on the Harmony Montessori matter. I believe you received individual correspondence in that regard. We will provide further update when we receive word if the application is accepted by the Supreme Court. This evening, I would like to request a closed session. As the mayor stated at the beginning of the meeting, I may have a action on a pending litigation after a closed session. I'm sorry. And that is it. Thank you.
Thank you. City Manager Tungate has 2 items tonight.
Actually, Madam Mayor and members of council, I actually have 3 items, and I want to start with the Public Safety Department and ask our esteemed Director of Public Safety, Steve Cooper, to join me at the podium and go through with this traffic control order.
Good evening, Mayor, Mayor Pro Tem, and Council. Before you is a proposal for traffic control order number 160, section 1.13. And the summary states, based on complaints regarding motor vehicle accidents at the intersection of Park Lawn and Granson, the Traffic Improvement Association was directed to review the intersection and determine if additional traffic control signage were warranted. Field reviews were conducted on August the 1st of 2013 and September the 23rd of 2013, as well as a review of crash data. Their findings revealed that vehicles parked on the west side of Park Lawn near Granson restricted the sight distance for eastbound vehicles on Granson when stopped at Park Lawn. And based on these findings, their recommendation is that no parking on the west side of Park Lawn north of Granson is extended north to the address of 22041 Park Lawn. And the action that I'm asking Council for this evening is the approval of Traffic Control Order number 160, Section 1.3, extending the no parking from the northwest corner of Park Lawn and Granson north to 22041 Park Lawn.
Motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion or questions?
No.
Mayor Pro Tem.
And I think this might be more for the city manager. I think we approved a similar traffic order for signage that was going to go up on Northfield at Church, and I think Balfour and Gardner. I think there were 3 or 4 signs that we approved last year. I haven't seen them go up yet.
Mayor Pro Tem, just to address that, I'd have to inquire and see where the status on some of those requests are. I'm have it with me.
Sorry to put you on the spot.
Thank you so much. I know the residents appreciate being heard on these kinds of issues. Let's see, do we have a motion? Yes.
We need a vote.
Roll call vote, please.
Mayor Pro Tem Levine,
Yes.
Mayor McClellan,
Yes,
Councilmember Seligson.
Yes.
Councilmember Burns.
Yes.
motion carried.
Madam Mayor and members of council, 15B, this is an annual appointment, and it's an appointment of representatives and an alternate to the soccer board. It is recommended that council appoint Rocco Fortura as the representative and Kevin Yee as the alternate representative to the soccer board for the fiscal year beginning July 1, 2014.
Okay, motion to appoint Rocco Fortura.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
And finally, Madam Mayor, members of council, 15C, I'd like to ask our finance director, Gail Credit, to join me at the podium. These are a first reading of an amendment to the utility ordinance regarding changes in the various utility rates and their effective dates. Could you just give a brief description?
Sure. Good evening. You have before you a proposed amendment to the utility ordinance, Chapter 82, Section 82.313, to reflect changes in the various utility rates and their effective dates. This is the first reading of the required 2 readings to amend the ordinance. As you're probably aware, we purchase our water supply and sewer services from the City of Detroit and the Oakland County Drain Commissioner, and we increase our rates to our customers by the same amount of increase that we incur. This year, the City of Detroit increased rates by 3.9% for water and sewage disposal, and we propose to increase our rates by the same 3.9%. While this is an increase, the increase is less than the 4.4% increase last year. In addition, there are certain charges to commercial and industrial users also increased and are included in the proposed ordinance amendment. And those are the high-strength surcharge to commercial and industrial customers with sewage with concentrations of pollutants that exceed certain levels. And the rates have increased as listed in the proposed amendment, as well as the industrial waste control charge. That increased as listed in the proposed ordinance, and those rates are based on the size of the meter used, and we pass those charges directly on to our non-residential customers. The 2014-15 budget adopted last month reflects the above rate increases, and the proposed rates would be effective July 1st, 2014.
Thank you so much. Motion to approve this amendment.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and support. Questions, please. Mayor Pro Tem.
Might it be possible, before we put this on a second reading, that we get a full accounting for the fund balance in the water fund? I know we have a considerable amount of surplus balance, but we also have some major projects that are slated to be able to continue to provide good service for many, many years to come. But I just want to be sure that we're not unnecessarily adding to surplus and taxing our residents. So if we could get those numbers together, it would make me a lot more comfortable.
Certainly.
Thank you.
Any other question? Okay. Roll call vote, please.
Mayor McClellan.
Yes.
Councilmember Seligson.
Yes.
Councilmember Burns.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Levine.
Yes.
Motion carried. Thank you.
Madam Mayor, members of council, that completes the city manager report for the evening. Thank you.
Next is the call to audience. We are limited to 3 minutes. Please give your name and address.
My name is Joyce Bannon. I live at 10611 Troy in Oak Park, and I'm getting too comfortable coming here. Okay, first off, I'd like to mention that on Coolidge today, as I was driving down Coolidge between 11 and 10 Mile Road, the new concrete, the new road that we put in 2 or 3 years ago, and 2 years ago it was Huntington Woods, some of it is starting to crumble right at the dividing line there. And I don't know if it's because Huntington Woods went in there and it started breaking it up, or whether ours wasn't good enough, or there's some potholes that are right there, right on that dividing line between Huntington Woods and Oak Park. I noticed that, so I thought I'd bring that, because they were talking today on the news about having warranties on the work that they've done. At the cost that they charge us, there should be some kind of warranty on something. So anyways, that's so much for that. And as far as the area agency, seniors are not aware of a lot of these programs. I do Meals on Wheels through area agency in Ferndale. The seniors do not know about a lot of these programs, and it's only through word of mouth. We haven't, so putting it on the television and putting it on the internet is not going to reach your seniors that are in dire need of this. So I know the reach is out there, so if that can be put in the reach somewhere for them to get that information, so that's why I'm here.
We will recommend that that goes in
Okay.
the next branch
Okay.
article.
Now, the new one just came out, so.
Our
but-
director of
yeah.
communication is here nodding
Yeah,
her
yeah.
head, so I think.
She knows me.
It's a good thing. And you still have a moment about the lady next door and the historic information.
Okay, my neighbor next door was passed last month, right after I was here last time, or no, I wasn't here, was that right? I was going through it at the time I was here last month. They have a box, and I've been trying to get hold of Mr. Nafferty to give him this information, because she was here back, I think it was 1948 when she moved in here, right about the time the city became a city. And she's got a lot of photo albums and information from the old women's clubs and all the other stuff that was back there, and pictures of some of the ladies that I can remember being at her house. So I'm trying to get it to somebody who can use it. But I know the kids want it to go to Jerry Nafferty, but him and I are playing phone tag, so.
Yep. The other option is there's a historic society
Right.
forming, and there is a storage area
Okay.
that we can put it in
Okay.
as well. So
Okay.
I'm sure
Mayor.
we can agree on that possibly. Yes.
There's also artifacts, city artifacts in the library that are being held there. I know they haven't displayed them yet, but they've been held there for a while and waiting for something to happen. So that's another source that could use them.
Okay. Thank you. Hi, welcome. Give us your name and address.
Fatu South, 22151 Beverly. I think I've made history for Oak Park, but the wrong kind. I've received a water bill for $12,301.71. Okay.
Please see the city manager after the meeting. I'm sure we can help you out with that one.
I've talked to people. But it was, the cause of this water bill was an addition that was added onto the house, and it was a pipe that was run underneath the house. And it burst during the winter that we had, and the water ran full force for 3 months. And you cannot hear the water running in the house. There's no evidence of water in the basement, so there was no way of knowing that this water was running. Okay? And the bill was generated on 4/3/14. At that time, I wasn't notified of a large water bill. The rate was $16.17 at that time, and the amount was $8,033.98. And I was notified on 5/15/14, and the water department sent an employee out, and they found the leak. And the read then was $20.51, and the water bill was $4,267.73. Okay. I don't know why there was a wait and notifying during that time, but there is a solution to this. I think that here in 2014, Detroit has given their residents monthly water bills, and this would not have occurred if we received monthly water bills, and also an update in the computer system that would flag an enormous amount of use of water that would notify a resident, because no resident, I'm sure, has ever had a bill for this amount of money. And
Please see the city manager after the meeting, and he will speak to you about that.
okay, thank you.
Mhm. Anything you want to say?
Ma'am, because we'll be going into closed session, if you could leave your name and contact information with one of the staff over here, I'd be happy to have someone talk to you or myself talk to you tomorrow. Thank you.
Anyone else?
Ed Bass, BAS, 24250 Kipling. I played tennis in Shepherd's Park a couple of days ago. I noticed, not the first time, but I noticed the fist-wide cracks in the tennis courts are grass and weeds are growing. We need a repaving or something like that. I don't know about the budget, but 2014, 2015, we need eventually.
Thank you. Thank you for pointing that out to us.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Okay, we do not allow political anything. Sorry. But welcome. Yeah, we're glad you're here. Thank you so much. Any further comments? If not, call to council. Mayor Pro Tem Levine.
Well, just want to thank everybody who came out with our citywide cleanup yesterday, and just to remind people who didn't or weren't able to come out yesterday that this is all our project all year round. Do everything we can to keep our city looking sharp and beautiful. You know, you might think it's just a little thing that you're doing when you're picking something up or doing something special, even to your own property to make things better. But multiply that by 30,000, and we're 30,000 strong, and a lot stronger for it. So everybody, our whole population, let's get behind doing all we can to continue to keep the momentum going for keeping our city looking good and being a very attractive place for everybody here. Have a good night.
Thank you. Councilmember Burns.
Again, I want to thank everyone for coming out. I'd like to commend our city services for doing such a wonderful job. The old Oak Park Academy, my neighbors had been complaining about the lawn not being cut, even though the school has been shut down, and right away, the lawn is cut. So thank you. I also wanted to remind everyone the weather is changing. Please make smart choices during the summer months, and don't work too much in your yard.
Councilmember Seligson.
All that sounds good to me. Have a good night, everybody.
Thank you. I have a few things. We have a Facebook, it's a City of Oak Park Facebook, and it is great fun. You go to City of Oak Park, and there are pictures of the cleanup. There's information about events. There is the Oak Park high school student who won statewide. Amazing accomplishment to win for the whole state. There were pictures of the cleanup out there. That's opening day for our baseball team, and that is Paws from the Detroit Tigers. And kids on the teams coming out for picture day and opening day, just a delight. There's wonderful things on this site. Oakland County Day, we are having, the DIA is having an Oakland County Institute of Arts Day. They're providing free bus transportation from six different county locations, and the Oak Park Ice Arena is one of them. Buses will be returning to those same locations in the afternoon. We get to browse the museum's collection, take part in a free drop-in art making workshop. General museum admission is free, so all you need to do is reserve a spot on the bus, and there's a number to call, or you can register online at tickets.dia.org. And so Saturday, July 12th, mark your calendar. Oak Park Ice Arena departing 10 in the morning and leaving the DIA at 2:30, getting back around 3. Come on down. This is going to be great fun. Join your city council members and come on down. Here's the tree planting. The gentleman that you see in the picture is 4 years old, and he put that mulch around that tree. He emptied the entire bucket that you see, the green bucket behind you, nonstop. And I said, are you done? And Tyler said, no, I got to finish emptying the bucket. So I said, how old are you? 4. So his dad is one of our new DPW employees, and I said, fire the dad, hire the kid. So they thought we could probably keep both. So all those wonderful things are on our Facebook page. You must check it out. I want to thank, as well as Mayor Pro Tem, the cleanup volunteers. Kevin Yee is director of DPW. He came. Half a dozen people from his department came. Our police chief came. Thank you, Steve Cooper, for coming out. Bunch of residents came. We planted new plantings of perennials around Coolidge and 696. Also around Coolidge, just north of 8 Mile, those welcome signs to the City of Oak Park are going to look very spiffy thanks to our volunteers. The people from the department who volunteered do this all week. And then for a busman's holiday, came in on Sunday to do it again. So kisses to all of you. That was great. There's also something, the children at Pepper School are studying civics. And as part of their civics lesson, they decided that they would like to have the playground cleaned up in Oak Park, Shepherd Park, because they noticed that Some of the wood was chipped away. There were some words they didn't like on there. Some of the equipment needed painting. And I said I would bring this directly to the attention of the city manager and the city council. And our DPW director will report to you right now about what's being done about your complaint. Thank you.
Now of repairing both the train and the truck that are in Shepherd Park. Right now, we have snow fence around the truck. We've taken off the tanker. The mechanics are actually bondoing it because it is an old metal tanker and it did have some rusted out spots, so they're actually bondoing it, repairing it. We're in the process of repairing the train. It's, I actually don't know when it was built, but it's an old wood train and we're in the process of repairing it, sanding it down. We're going to power wash the whole thing and paint it all. So our goal is to have that done prior to the 4th of July festivities, including mulching all around the whole area and just do a general cleanup. So we are in the process of doing the work and having it done and look good.
That's wonderful. Thank you, Director Yee, and thank you, second graders at Pepper Elementary School, for bringing this to our attention. And keep being good citizens and keep being interested in your community. With that, if there are no further business to come before this council, we are going to vote to go into private session and closed session. Is there anything we're going to be voting on at the end?
Yes, I may have a recommendation for action.
There might be a vote at the end. If you're interested in staying, we welcome you. If not, I will entertain a motion to go into closed session.
So moved.
Support.
Let's see. Aha.
Roll call vote.
Let's see, we will do that. This is a motion to convene to close session pursuant to Section 8 of the Open Meetings Act to discuss pending litigation. It's been moved and seconded. Roll call vote, please.
Councilmember Seligson.
Yes.
Councilmember Burns.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Levine.
Yes.
Mayor McClellan.
Yes. So we will be in closed session. We will come back for a vote. You're welcome to stay if you're interested. Thank you.